E no hard to dey successful in ministry. Now you dey wait until you start to get plenty trending songs, my friend. It is very possible that the people you are admiring their success, the people you are saying are ministerially successful, they are all failing before God. I'm telling you the truth. There are many people today who appear very successful in ministry, but before God, they are failing. There are many people today who, according to the popular metrics of success, are very successful in ministry, but before God, they are failing. One of my greatest fear, I'm saying this with a lot of burden in my heart, is that I will not appear successful before people and be a failure before God. Because there is a sense in which you can do this ministry thing and by all outward measure, you are successful. But before the very monarch of the universe, before the master, the one who called you, you are a colossal failure. It's such a terrible thing. And you see, the idea of success in ministry has been misconstrued by a lot of people. Many Christians today think of success. Many music ministers today think of success in terms of numbers. They think of ministerial success in terms of social media following. They think of ministerial success in terms of having hit song, having trending songs, having plenty invites, being on different billboards and being on different stage. Don't look at me like that now and don't blame them. Is this not how you yourself you are measuring successful ministers? I don't mean to be confrontational. But let's look at it now. Let's look at it. Let's tell ourselves the truth. You see, today we're about to discuss something very, very vital, and it is ministerial success. Because as a young music minister, if you don't take charge of what you define as ministerial success, society will define it for you. Mark Zuckerberg will define it for you. Meta will define it for you. Some of you will think the grace of God in your life has increased because you have started having plenty likes and comments. Calm down. To see this series, I'm seeing a lot of burden in my heart. I'll try to smile at interval, but it's just to ease up things. But the burden is heavy in my heart because we need to start getting this right. A lot of us are succeeding before men, but failing before God. What is ministerial success? Before we touch that quickly, my name is Mr. Wealth, and if you are just meeting this channel for the first time, this is God's answer to you for growth. So I would advise that you kindly subscribe to the channel, and after you finish watching this series, go through other amazing episodes we have on this channel. They will bless you. And that's even an understatement. If there is anything more than blessing, that's what it will do to you. It will transform you. I'm telling you the truth. We have a lot of testimonies of people who have been transformed by following the teachings on this channel. So God bless you for joining us. So what is ministerial success? Is it the amount of trending songs that a minister has? Is it the amount of platforms that a minister appears on? Is it the amount of followers a minister has? Is it the amount of money in the account of the minister? What we call ministerial success? How do we measure ministerial success? How do you measure ministerial success? Before we define it, first let's look at the popular metrics. The modern day popular metrics of judging success in ministry, or how an average Christian knows a minister that is on fire or a minister that has more grace from God, is that the minister is having a lot of invitations here and there to minister in big platforms, And secondly, the minister is having trending songs. His songs, they are trending on TikTok. His songs, they are trending everywhere on YouTube. The minister released the song and the song is top 1 on Spotify. Wow. And then the minister, once he posts like this, he has 100,000 likes. Don't look at me like that. Is this not the common mindset in the body of Christ? Like I said, don't look at me like that. Watch your popular Christian movies. Are you not seeing it? Where they want to dramatize what it means for a Christian, for a believer, or for a music minister to be at the top of his game. How do they dramatize it? He's having a lot of invites here and there, He's having trending songs, His social media is booming. And then when they want to dramatize a minister that has fallen from grace, a minister that the glory of God has left, or a minister that God has replaced, how did they dramatize it? He stops having trending songs. He stops getting invitations here and there. He stops having a lot of likes. But if you've been in this ministry long enough, like me, next year will be making me 10 years in ministry. I've been here long enough to see the people who have passed these popular measures that we think to be ministerial success. They are having the trending songs. They are on all the big platforms you can think of, but they do not have a life with God. In fact, I will dare say they are not even believers in the first place. They are not Christians. They don't know what it means to have a walk with God. Their life in the secret is such a disgrace. They sleep with everything on skirt. They pursue everything on skirt. Their backups are not safe with them. They mess up. They drink immorality like water. But publicly, by popular standards, these people fit into every narrative of ministerial success. It is very possible that the people you are admiring their success, the people you are saying are ministerially successful, they are all failing before God. I'm telling you the truth. And one of the reasons why this thing is very important for you to understand as a young music minister is because you need to train your mind well enough to be so militantic against the popular definition of ministry, against the popular definition of success, especially in ministry. If you are not able to achieve this, trust me, what it's going to do for you is that you are going to live all your life in ministry pursuing what looks impressive, not what is important. Chew that a little bit. Let it digest. There are people today who have dedicated 20 years of their life in ministry pursuing what is impressive and not what is important. It is impressive to have trending songs. It is more important to have a prayer life. It is impressive to have social media likes. It is impressive to be on the big platforms. It is more impressive to walk in purity. It is impressive to organize the biggest concerts in your environment. It is impressive to hold annual concerts, one of the biggest in your territory. It is more important to walk in purity. It is more important to walk in character. It is more important to walk in holiness before the Lord. How do you measure success in ministry? Before we get there, let me quickly define what success in ministry means. Before the Lord, I have looked at the canons of scriptures, and I can tell you that what God calls success in ministry is simply faithfulness to what He has called you to do, how He has called you to do it, and faithfulness to the reason why He has called you to do it. That is success in ministry. It doesn't take much to be successful in ministry. Now you they pursue the Facebook likes. Now you they wait until they invite you to come minister for experience before you begin to say you don't successful. Now you they wait until you begin to minister on all the big platforms for your city. Now you go come reason say you don't successful. It's not hard to be successful in ministry. Now you they wait until you start to get plenty trending songs, my friend. The only person who has the right to judge if you are successful in ministry or not is not men, it's God. So success in ministry is simply measured by how much you are doing compared to what God has told you to do. That's success, my friend. How much you are becoming compared to what God expects you to become. Because you see, the goal of ministry is not to have you do first. The goal of ministry is to have you become. God's intention for calling you into ministry is to bring you first into a place of making where you become, not a place where you begin to do. Because some persons are so passionate about their work for God that they don't give attention to their work with God. So how do you measure success in ministry? Let's quickly touch it. Number one, the state of your spiritual health. Do you know that there is a sense in which Babylon can give you the lustings of your heart to distract you? This is very tricky. Some of the things you call results in ministry, they are Babylon's gifts to you to distract you. Because how do you explain that when you were an upcoming artist, you were very prayerful, you were fasting, your consecration with God was boiling. Now you have blown, in quotes. You no longer have time to pray. Are you seeing what I'm saying now? Now you are having all the trending songs. You no longer fast. You no longer take your consecration seriously. Are you even sure that that blowing was God that gave it to you first? Because the God that I know will not give you any gift that will take you away from Him. That particular strategy is the old serpentine strategy. Give you what you call results, give you a flash of it with the intention to take you away from God. Some of what you call ministerial results today, be careful. It could be the devil giving you something to satisfy your temporal hunger so that you will run away from God. Yes. You see, there are many people who are at the top. Many of them sacrifice their prayer life for being at the top. You are online posting, acting all fired up. You are prioritizing your social media growth to your prayer growth. For some of us, if we were pumping in the same energy we are pumping in growing our social media account into growing our spiritual life, God will be more pleased. So how do you measure your ministerial success? The very first measure is your spiritual health. How much are you becoming because of the ministry that God has called you into? This ministry that you are into, is it giving you a lot of obsession to be seen? Is it giving you a lot of obsession to be on stage? Some of you lobby more than anything. Every single relationship you want to strike now, you will not care about it if the relationship is not bringing you to one program or the other. You go around the man of God, you can't go around them just because they are men of God. You go around them because you want to be able to strategically position yourself, maybe they invite you for their program. This ministry that you are doing, is it putting you under some kind of depression because you are not having as much likes as certain ministers are having? You are not having as much trending song as certain ministers are having? This is not God's will for you. God's will for ministry is that you will begin to draw closer and closer to Him. So the very first place to measure if you are being successful in ministry is your spiritual health. How much is your prayer life increasing? I know you are growing in ministry, but what does your prayer life look like? Can you compare your prayer life now to what it used to look like when you were growing? If you ever find a disparity, then my dear, you may not be growing in a healthy format. That growth may be unhealthy. So you will need to check it. The reason why this is important is because while men validate your success in ministry by how much you are being everywhere, you need to seize the power from people's perception. You need to take charge by defining your own ministerial success and how God expects you to define that first. It's through your spiritual health. So if you are in a season where it looks like your spiritual health is going down, or people are noising your name, hello, that's a trap, oh. That's a trap. Babylon wants to satisfy you so that you will not find the need to come back to the secret place. It's a trap, oh. Run. Run. So the second way to measure your ministerial success is by the measures of souls and impact you are having. You see, the difference between the music industry and the music ministry, and I'm not saying this in a condescending manner, however, because they are very, very important. But one of the critical things that differentiates them is that the music industry is a game of numbers. It prides in numbers. How many persons you are reaching per day, per week, per month, how many persons have streamed your song, how many likes, comments you are having on social media. But the music ministry is a game of impact, a game of the transformation and impartation of souls. So when you want to measure your ministerial success, do not check how many persons are following you on social media. Check how many persons are knowing God because of you. Check how many persons are walking in holiness because of you. Check how many persons are burning for God because of you. Check how many persons are discovering their call because of you. One of those days I went to God, I told God, I said, I feel like I'm failing in ministry. And God told me, He said, by what standard are you measuring your feeling? What are the pointers showing that you are failing in ministry? I said, Lord, I'm not having the likes, the comments that I see the people at the top having. I'm not on the billboards. I'm not on the major platforms. And you know what God did to me? God pointed my attention to the people around me who are burning for Him as a result of my mentorship and discipleship to them. Right there, God told me, this is what I call success in ministry. Paying attention to the growth of people. Paying attention to the development of people. Paying attention to every single thing in details that God has called you to do. Exercising patience and faithfulness in that which God has called you to do. My friend, this is ministerial success. And you want to know why we don't pursue this one as music ministers? We are all about what people would think impressive, you know. We are all about what appears very impressive before people. And that's because we need all of that impressive stunt for people to invite us. Don't look at me like that now. There are people around you that are not inviting because they are not trending. Once they start trending now, you know, they will be the next big thing in your flyer. Yes, let's not lie to ourselves. So it's because of that, many of us, many music ministers, we want to do something that will make us trend so that they will invite us. So this is why many persons are pursuing these popular standards of success. But again, there is a sense in which you can appear very successful before people. People can use you as a model, as an inspiration of their success. Oh God, I want to be successful like this person. If only God opens your eye to see, if only God opens your eyes to see that the people whom you are judging as successful in ministry by the social media standards, if only God opens your eyes to see how much they are failing before Him, you will not be put under pressure. You will find yourself in that space where you are content with what God has told you to do. You are content with the level of results you are seeing per time and per season. The third way to measure success in ministry is in accordance to what God has called you to do. Oga, madam, what has God called you to do? What has God called you to do? You can't successfully measure your success in ministry if you don't know. By all standards of what God has called me to do, I am heavily, impressively successful in ministry. I don't need I don't need that. I don't need that popular validation. Yes, you may not be seeing me on all your big platforms. My songs may not be trending according to the popular standards, but hello, before God, I know I'm succeeding in ministry, and that's because I know what God has called me to do. And guess what? I am paying detailed attention to do them. I am paying detailed attention. Everybody around me knows. When you see Mr. Wealth, what you see is a focused man. What you see is a passionate man. What you see is a faithful man. I can do that. I can show forth such traits because I know what God has called me to do. That's why I'm never under pressure. I'm never under pressure with who else is trending. I'm never under pressure for anything. The only pressure which I find myself under is the pressure to do what God has called me to do, man. That's what I am after. Every single day I pray to God for strength. Lord, I see the measures are increasing. You are committing more territories, more people to me. Grant me grace to be able to do what you have called me to do. That's it. If you want to be able to measure success in ministry, you will need to do so in comparison to what God has called you to do. The last measure I will give to you is God's approval. Once in a while, sit down and ask God, what do you think? Have I done this thing the way you want me to do it? Have I been successful according to your standards? One of those days, I came back from a program. The presence was heavy. The power was heavy. My culture, the one I've sustained over the years, is that every time I come back from a program, I sit down with God and I ask Him, rate me. What do you think? Did I do what you wanted me to do? And God just smiled. God said, I did what was impressive before the people, that I didn't do what He wanted me to do. I spent my whole day that day crying. And guess what? Power was everywhere. People were healed though. Revival was everywhere. But God told me I moved in that direction because I wanted to impress people. So God told me, according to His standard, that I did not deliver and I wasn't successful. God's approval has a way of putting you in check. When you know that there is only one person to which you are accountable to, not the people liking your post on Facebook, not the people commenting, not the people sharing, not the people trending your songs on TikTok. Once you are aware that there is only one person you are accountable to, and that person is God who has called you, your metrics for checking your success in ministry changes. So God's approval, every now and then, go into the secret place, sit down with God, let God evaluate you. Let God evaluate you. It is really, really important that you take charge of what you define as success in ministry. There are some of you that you are not called to reach the nations. Sorry. You are not called to have thousands of people following you. Sorry. Some of you, perhaps you are just called to your local church. For some persons, they are just called to their city. Some persons may be called to their village or to a village. Does God even call people to the village these days? I don't know. I think it doesn't again. No. God has changed. He's not calling people to the cities. We don't used to do village things again. But whether we like it or not, there are some of us that God will say, go to the village, go to the rural areas. Some of us will be captain over tens. Some of us will be captain over hundreds. Captains over 1,000s. Captains over millions, thousands. God will not judge you with the same measure He's using to judge another person. The parable of the talents demonstrates this clearly. When the servant who had 5 talents came and then brought his own increase, God judged him according to the 5 talents He gave him. The one with 2 talents came, brought his own increase. It was the same thing. God judged him according to the 2 talents. God did not use the measures of the 5 talents to now wield expectation on the one with the 2 talents. No. Stop putting yourself under pressure, my guy. This ministry thing was not your idea in the first place. Why are you collecting unnecessary depression? Pay attention to what God has called you to do. If you release the song, God tells you to release the song, and only 1 person, 100 persons like 100 persons and streamed it. Why are you bothered? Why are you crying? I didn't say don't push your song. Push your song. Do everything you need to do. But hello, be content with the people you are reaching. Be faithful. I hope this blessed you. Again, my name is Mr. Wells, and if this blessed you, please kindly drop a comment. I would love to know how this blessed you. Your comment encourages us a lot. Like and share. Recommend this channel to your beloved friends. All right. God bless you greatly.